What are some inside secrets about your profession that people outside would never know about? Adult probation: 98 of us actually give a shit about you and whether you are successful. Our jobs are much easier when you are doing well. So we aren't trying to catch you messing up. We aren't judging you for your lifestyle. We're trying to help you complete probation successfully. Believe it or not, it feels good to see a former client doing well. Looking at you, Reddit. No one is trying to send you to prison. No one is going to make up a rule infraction to get you in trouble and risk their career or maybe their freedom. You are one in 100,150 clients. You aren't that special. Alright, fellow professional navigators of chaos. Here's the backstage pass to project management. Ever notice those super official looking Gantt charts? Well, half the time, they're the Mona Lisa of wild guesses. We play a constant game of pretend we know what's happening while shuffling tasks like a deck of cards. Also, emails are our silent battlefield, where we engage in epic wars over the subtle art of CC and BCC. And let's not forget the sacred power of the mysterious phrase "let's touch base." It's a secret code for "I have no updates, but let's chat anyway." Work in assessing applications for government grants. I have access to a website that lets me see every property in the country, who owns it, how much they paid, and if it's a rental or owner-occupied. I can see their contact details and even how much the property is worth. Now I can also search names and see properties by owner. I use it for work only, but I still think it's crazy. I did look up my own name and my sister. Although I do know what properties we own, it was fun to see my name. That fancy. An even tile in the produce department is designed to be loud and annoy you so that you slow down. And maybe notice that bowl of overpriced diced melon. We are doing everything we can to get you into the bakery. We had an industry-wide campaign to convince you that you don't have time to make dinner so that we can sell you already prepared meals. National brands on end displays are there because that company paid for that specific item on that specific shelf in that specific order. Thin-cut steaks are called profit steaks. Former insurance company employee. Most forms of it are a big lie. Insurance companies hire an army of lawyers to ensure the company doesn't have to pay out. And if they do pay out, rest assured, it will only be after a long, expensive legal process, for money has already paid their legal team. It meant you'll do better with some self-knowledge and smarts than pay ridiculous advisor fees to some guy who only cares about profiting from your investment rather than setting you up for retirement. There is a huge technical side to acting. You can't just move to Hollywood and make it. It requires constant training, and even then a lot of luck and networking. In fact, less than 2 of actors can support themselves on acting alone. Also, reality shows are a lot more fake than you think. I've been a defendant on multiple court shows. I've been a tech millionaire on a Find Me a House show, and much, much more. Hell, even the entire courtroom for Judge Judy is stacked with background actors. Teacher affluent families have more time, energy, and resources to provide their children with enriching experiences and better health nutrition. Poor families do not have these resources. The lack of money causes its own problems, and there's the compounding factor of trauma. These kids are too busy being worried and hungry to do well in school. Teachers and schools can do absolutely nothing to change this. UPI and universal health care would be a good start to helping all students learn. Alright, buckle up for the backstage pass to my profession. I work in IT, and let me tell you, half of our problem solving involves Googling the issue. Seriously. We're the Sherlock Holmes of the digital world, armed with a trusty search engine. Also, that mystical turn it off and on again advice. It's not a joke. It's our IT mantra. The magic reboot fixes more problems than you'd believe. So, next time your tech guru seems like a wizard, just know they've got Google on speed dial. Alright, fellow cubicle dwellers, Here's the 411 from the corporate trenches. The office coffee machine is basically a water cooler with trust issues. Half the conversations and gossip go down while waiting for that liquid sanity. Also, the printer is a temperamental diva. It knows when you're in a hurry and seizes the opportunity to jam. And don't even get me started on the secret language of passive-aggressive email signatures. We've become masters of the unsaid in those sign-offs. Marine biologist here. 1. It includes far more types of scientists than the ones who go on ships and dive in submersibles and swim with the sharks. There's plenty of marine biologists who never go to sea also. Most marine biologists overlap into another category, i.e., they can be biostatisticians or information scientists or developmental biologists. 2. The field is insanely frustrating. You fail like 10 times before succeeding once, and deadlines do not take that into account. As a mechanic, I won't deny that there are mechanics out there who are swindlers, but I found that people are by and large really bad at identifying the bad ones from the good ones. People are more likely to trust a price gouger with a silver tongue than an honest mechanic who speaks to them plainly and honestly. In my personal experience, I'd say that the dishonest mechanics are a minority, maybe 10-20 of the total. But people seem to think that is actually 90. First officers fly the plane. Same as a captain airline pilot. One pilot flies and the other monitors the next leg. They swap roles. Kind of wild that so many people think that only the captain touches the controls. And in the back, flight attendants are not required to or supposed to lift your luggage in the US anyway. And none of us get paid until the boarding door closes and the brake is released again. US carriers, edit spelling error. I was a recall coordinator. A new car built by my company leaves somewhere traveling at 60 miles per hour. The rear differential locks up. The car crashes and burns with everyone trapped inside. Now, should we initiate a recall? Take the number of vehicles in the field. A. Multiply by the probable rate of failure. B. Multiply by the average out-of-court settlement. C. A times B times C equals X. If X is less than the cost of a recall, we don't do one. Cook in a fairly respectable restaurant, you are not getting a healthier option when you choose vegetables as a side instead of fries or mashed potatoes or whatever. The veggies are covered in oily butter substitute and salty seasoning. That's why the asparagus tastes better than the stuff you simmer at home. And that broccoli soup? Don't fool yourself, you might as well just eat a block of cheese dipped in butter. 90% of sports equipment is made in the same factories by the same people using the same equipment. Any price difference is literally for the brand name. One of our competitors sells a product at a $120 price point. It uses obsolete technology, so we price our version accordingly at $70. Our current tech model is $140. People buying this for the lower price are actually overpaying for an older, outdated product. In marketing, we sprinkle buzzwords like confetti to make simple things sound groundbreaking. That innovative synergistic paradigm shift. Probably just a new font in the company emails. Also, our meeting snack stash. It's a clandestine operation, is like a black market exchange of granola bars and gourmet popcorn. And yes, the real creativity happens in the 5-minute brainstorm before the big presentation. Service technicians get paid by the hour and actually have no interest in adding extra charges. We go out of our way to find ways not to bill you for stuff because adding things is a huge pain. Bill you for extras if you are a jerk to us. Look over our shoulders enough to interfere with our work or create extra work for us while not clearing out space for us to do our work before we get there. Sometimes you're paying for the deluxe version of the application. That version is literally compiled from the same code base, with the same features and the same capabilities. And no, I don't just mean sharing common code with things disabled. I mean the UI color was altered and title of the app added the word deluxe. And that's what you paid like $30 more for. Camera guys used to be one ages ago. Way closer to danger than the host. Way fitter than the host. Try lugging a 10 kilograms camera on your shoulder for a whole day. Drive and walk faster than the person on camera. often walk backwards as fast as forwards. If the host is kneeling, we're lying down. For every 1 second of finished video, 50 seconds went in the bin. Restaurant worker. Every cook will touch your food with their hands in some way, and only some of them used gloves for it. It's not because of sloppy hygiene practices either, but because it would take several boxes of gloves daily. We just scrub our hands, use sanitizer, and do a quick wash when we touch something that's making a mess or would cause cross-contamination. Wrap 10 pages later. I still comment throughout because I want you to get better next time. And that's where the only thing people will often flip to, is far less important than the comments. I'm a preschool teacher, and it is incredible how little most people know about children, be it raising, disciplining, or even just basic interactions with them. Most people seem to be totally clueless. A lot of the time it's clear they don't even enjoy parenting. They just did it because it's expected by society and they thought they were supposed to. A growing amount of businesses in the world are owned by private equity funds. Those are funded by a relatively small group of investors who are getting richer every year. It's destroying various industries, notably skiing, because the only purpose of those funds is to make money. Other businesses serve some broader purpose in the world. Work in automotive. Not sure if this is secret, but a majority of the people that walk into a dealership lack financial literacy. When someone gets mad at their salesperson, it's normally because they told them something they didn't know or didn't want to know. 40,000 vehicle for $300 a month with zero out of pocket. That math doesn't math. In the realm of graphic design, the secret sauce is the endless battle with clients over font choices. It's like a silent war where the importance of the right typeface becomes a crusade. Yet clients might see it as just a trivial detail. It's the unsung hero of the design world, quietly influencing perceptions.